Welcome to the Creative Plan Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews of items, and convention panels, and other exciting things that we run into from time to time. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Okay. So what are we doing? So as we wrapped up last time, our friend, this Vervain the Seer, has this really cool thing at the beginning of play. She can roll a vision. She can have a vision. She rolled really well. She had this really creepy vision of seeing giant dew ants. They're the ants with the giant butts full of syrup. And these ants were going on a march. And in her vision, she saw them go from these giant spires. They look almost like giant anthills, but they don't look like the ants created them. They're just using them. And went on this big journey across the land, this big bridge of ants. And then they went to a mound in a forest that looks like there was some kind of sealed stone on the mound. It looks kind of like that was cracked, and the ants were going inside it in a slow, steady, drone-like pace. And then occasionally she'd see ants coming out with their butts emptied. Then as her vision closed in on one of the dew ants, thorax, she saw dark swirliness inside the gel inside their hiney.
Their hiney?
Their hiney. Your baby Dre, I can't use that colorful image. And as her vision focused on one of the thoraxes, immediately she saw a clawed drake hand push out of it. Like it was like a baby dragon in a womb pushing its hand through, wanting to escape. And that's how her vision wrapped up, slightly horrific, of the creepy darkness. But she knows from her relationship with the darkness is definitively there's a little darkness in each one of these ants that are on the march.
And as I woke up from my vision, I go, honey is gross!
To which I put down the mead, and I slid it away. Because she just went starry-eyed, stared off for a second, came back and said that, and I just pushed it away, not questioning why.
No, remember, I walk. I do dream walking.
Yeah, remember, I picked you up.
Yeah.
You weren't going anywhere.
I'm just sitting there eating a sandwich, watching this happen, not even questioning it at that point, just... That's weird.
Because from experience, when Vervain has her visions, she basically just sleepwalks while having the vision. But the problem is, whatever she's doing in the vision, interaction-wise, she's doing in real life.
Yeah.
Which means I have just started like a cartoon, or a video game character just walked into a wall and kept walking.
Into the wall.
Yep.
I think my character would just sit there and watch you wonder if she'll actually get through. And he just walks up what are you doing? Help her!
That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
Just
starts also walking in. Also pushing into the wall. And it cracks because we're both shoving. We both get in trouble. You have no idea why you're getting yelled at out of the vision. What happened? I was just
I know. Why does my snot hurt?
Why are we getting yelled at? It was so cool. We pushed through a wall. What? I don't know. I was told to help.
You picked the spot. I help. So Vervain, where are your clutch at when you decide to give them the vision, the skinny on your vision?
These guys are my clutch?
These are your clutch. Hey, these are your clutch for your whole life.
They were with me because she was literally holding me up.
I have that grappling hook, so I just tied her to one end and just have her midair so her legs, she thinks she's still going.
She's I got this.
Yep. I'm just walking to...
I'm just blindly sitting and watching what happened this time?
So you guys are out in the wild, you're in the city.
I think we were eating
Yeah, we're having lunch.
We're having lunch, and you just like got up and started walking away.
We're
Like,
in the
I guess
city
she's done.
at a park, and we were close to. We're using a dragon statue.
Okay.
Could we make it one of the ancients?
Yeah, you can make it one of the ancients.
There we go, and that's what she
Okay.
used the grappling hook like to, like threw
So
it
you're
over.
just like swinging off his little goatee on the statue.
Yeah.
And I get yelled at again.
You were on the statue.
Probably because you're sitting on top of it looking
Oh yeah,
down.
there you go.
Okay,
You're
so-
gonna yell.
so-
The rest of us are just like, huh.
Eventually, you come out of your vision, you shake it off, and realize that you're suspended over the ground on the grappling hook. You see the shadow of your friend looking straight down with the high sun up in the air. As obviously your friend Nix is saying, "Oh shit!" She's stumbling up there because there's
I'm getting yelled at.
Yell at, what are you doing on me?
Why are you on
There's-
me again?
there's
Time this week.
There's fox pigeon poop up there, it's kind of slippery. And by the way, Sue, when dragons age to the final age, they can opt to either become a monument, so they can be counseled with, or basically become an astral being that's a servant of the moon, basically think Force Ghost, that has to do what the moon tells it to do, because the moons are magical. That's where all magic spells and things come from. So when you use moon magic, you have to say which moon that you're embracing, which are on the very bottom of your sheet on that side. The circles on the very bottom.
Oh yes, the void moon, liberty moon, stone moon.
And as young Ross scale drakes, you have access to all 5 moons. As you age, you slowly ignore some moons and forget that they grace you with their blessings. So so go ahead. You're tied up. You're looking down at your friends. You're looking up at one of your friends. What are you two doing at the base of the statue?
Well, after being told honey's disgusting, I slid the meat away, and now I'm just staring at her like,
Explain.
you want to explain this one?
Yeah, what are we doing here anyway? Well, we were having lunch, but then I saw something very disgusting and ew, and there was a hand, and there was a clear glass ass, and there was honey in it.
I want to see it.
I further pushed the meat away.
Especially at the clear
I think-
glass ass part.
I think I'm going to be drinking water now.
I want to see it, and if I can, I'll talk to it.
Well, I don't know exactly where they are. They're like some broken spires. You guys know anything about broken spires?
I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't. These were really old and
Can we
ancient.
go there?
Yes, free.
By the way, is that really going to be your voice?
No, I was suddenly matured.
No. That's going to be your voice. That's
that
cool.
could be a great voice.
That is
Yeah.
a great voice.
Just give me a minute to get
Like-
used to
Just being a little kid.
it. Okay.
Because we are a little kid.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
baby
that's
dragons.
That is bigger.
You're probably going to get yelled at for saying a bad word. From the dragon you're hanging. Now both of you are from the dragon you're hanging from. You're still just yelling at Nix.
Oh shit, when did that happen?
Well, you just sense this disapproving presence around you. It's not really interacting much as it's just disapproving of your kitty shenanigans.
It's like judging me for my life choices.
Get off my lawn, you kid!
Get off my forehead, you children.
Get off my beard.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I'm busy being yelled at, so...
And still holding her up, too.
Can you let me down?
1 second. Give me a second! Are we done?
He's basically just glowering disapprovingly at you. He's not really involved in any discourse.
Okay, no, just like... But, he's... Yeah.
Are we done? We're good?
We're good. Sorry! And I scamper down. I lower her as I scamper down.
Okay, so you
You're getting better at climbing down now.
Practice!
So you're both on the ground. You're with your clutch mates. What do you tell me about the vision?
Okay. So first I calm down. I'm like, okay.
You take that mead.
Okay, so there's these tall spires, and I saw Do I know what duants are, or is this like a completely new thing?
It's a fairly new thing. I mean, you could ask, like,
Okay.
your clutchmates.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't know exactly what these things were. They were like these massive.
Here's a stick. Draw it.
Let me see. Hang on. Okay. Basically, they were like that.
Let me see.
And this part was clear.
Okay.
See that part?
Those are duants.
And by the way, I will give you the boost that you could always use moon magic to make a hologram of it, too. You can't use magic, don't forget.
I forgot. Yeah.
So that's an option if you want to use that.
You know what? Yes. I would love to do that. Instead of, trying to explain it, I would love just to create a hologram of at least the very important parts of the vision that I saw.
So you're going to use shadow magic or moon magic?
Oh.
You have options.
I have options. Let me go to the shadow, or to the magic. No, that's the basic moves. I think this is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically it would just be moon magic or shadow magic.
Got it. Okay.
So you can mark your shadow track, and however many of those you mark, you get bonus. You don't have to actually mark any.
Right?
Yes.
Does that make you a minister?
Yes, but I have
I'm
to
gonna
register
use
with the
moon
state.
magic.
Okay, that's the more friendliness.
Yeah.
Okay, so this way the group gets to see how moon magic goes. So how many friendship gems do you want to use?
I would be happy to say something.
just
However,
gonna
I
use
have to
one.
read up my thing,
Okay.
so it will be a little bit.
Yeah.
So I know Frank isn't ordained.
I would say.
Sorry, Monica just texted me about Megan's memorial service.
Oh, when's that happening?
I don't know yet, but she's asking if we know a minister who'd be willing to say nice thing at Megan's memorial
Frank's
service.
currently registered, so
Yeah,
he
Frank's
can.
currently
It would probably be
registered, so
better.
you think it might be... What do you guys think? I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Oh,
to
no,
break
no,
things
it's
down.
okay.
Yeah.
Are they
I think
looking
Frank would
for
be good.
something Christian flavored?
No, I think just are you one?
I'm not, but
Okay.
my dearest friends are both pagan, Wiccan.
Frank is
Ministers
just
with-
ordained, so I
Yeah.
think it's like generic, so I can put...
Yeah.
Frank and Megan too, right?
Not really.
Okay.
But Frank's also a really awesome guy.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna put that you... Do you know Monica?
No.
Okay, you don't know Monica. Okay. Alright, well... I just put Frank out there, and if she's like, well, not Frank, then I can...
Hey, Frank's a good choice, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use your moon magic to create a hologram-ish version of the creatures that you saw.
Oh!
Oh, terrible.
Oh!
It's
Oh
bad.
no!
It's
Oh.
bad.
Oh!
Somebody bad.
So who gets that back?
She does. Yeah, you can only use other people's magic.
Yeah, you can't use your own.
Gems.
So you used mine because of my nature. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you immediately start to, do this slow chant, as you drew out on the ground, and then slowly she starts pulling out the using, we're gonna say, spirit, because spirit will make a representation of it. And you start pulling the hologram up as you start seeing the little insect form start coming out of the ground and moving around, and it's looking around at you guys. And immediately, as she's showing it to all of you guys, and you're like a clutch of kids, you're like looking around, looking at this cool thing she's making, because it starts moving around and dancing around.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you notice in its bulbous butt, all of a sudden something gurgling, like indigestion, and then you see just darkness swirling in there, and all of a sudden the darkness kind of slowly starts leaching into the whole hologram that you see. And
That's a bad thing.
it goes from glowy spirit light to total darkness, and the hard carapace eyes turn red.
I want to step on it. Can I step on? Because I don't know any better.
You can try to step on it. You don't need to
I
roll
like-
anything.
Okay.
So you
And I'm like,
basically
"Guys,
You stomp down and your foot goes right through it.
Damn it. Alright.
I immediately jump back.
Okay, so you...
The survival instinct's like, no!
And it turns to look at you. And it actually starts to lunge at you with its mandibles. And it's growing in size, by the way. It's being aggressive towards you. So go ahead and give me a act despite danger. Now, by the way, you guys can get friendship gems if it embraces something that you're doing. Wow.
Yeah, that's bad. This is bad.
Okay. So immediately you start to protect yourself, and unfortunately when you turn to run away from it, your tail's presented right there. And it just looks at you, and its eyes and face for a second shimmer and become solid. And all of a sudden, it bites your tail. And
Can I attempt to kick it now?
Help or hinder is an option.
It is an option.
I would like
But
to.
you have to give somebody's own, and I don't have any friendship gems. I gave mine away.
So
I have lots.
well, let's complete this roll, though.
Okay.
Because it bites you. And the bite burns like the worst fire ant bite ever. It's not a physical thing. It's an emotional thing that just flashes through you.
I am screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't
Go
want to hack
ahead
that out.
and check your anger box. And tell me what you do with your clutchmates, if anything. So you have to pick one of those things.
Escalate a de-escalate situation. Well, it's not really de-escalated,
Delicate.
but
Yeah.
or delicate. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, with it clutched onto me, I want to start running around and like knocking all their lunches and even smacking them in the head by accident with the ant.
Just running around like a cat at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're basically, you're playing the fool here with it on your tail, and it's gonna let go because it's leached some of the darkness into you out of it. Because this spirit thing is just like looking around as she's freaking out, and as soon as you guys all realize there's eyes on all of you. You realize that adults are looking at you, people are seeing what the hell you guys are doing, they're screaming, they're yelling, and go ahead.
Can I tackle her?
You can tackle her.
I'm gonna tackle her.
Okay, help or hinder somebody?
Okay.
Or do you want to go with
Do I give him a gem?
well,
Okay, help hinder.
well, you would
question
only
after
give
you
him a
roll.
gem if he's embracing your cooperation, which it sounds like he could be.
Yeah, because we need to calm her ass down. We
So-
Okay.
need to work together to
So
calm her
you're
down.
giving him a gem because
Yeah, so my
I'm
roll is
gonna-
one,
guys.
Like, I
Okay.
hand him the rope
Yeah.
that she was tied up with.
And
Okay.
I pull to try to grab her.
Okay, so go ahead and give back the gems
Okay.
that you're using and
Okay.
roll your dice with plus for each gem.
Okay, so that's one per gem. So I grab the rope and
Okay. Well, remember 2 dice.
Two
oh,
dice.
2 dice. Yes.
Well, you got a 5 on 1.
That's a good start.
4.
Yeah.
Five
So
and 4 is
9. So you're doing the, you're going to go with the mislead or trick, or do you want to go with convince a dragon? I'm good with either or.
Convince a dragon.
Okay, so you're going with convince a dragon. So on a 9, you pick one. Basically, you basically talk her down, and as soon as you do, you just see this illusion of the ant just vaporize, and it like rises up to the moon of spirit.
I imagine that as you grab a hold of it, you're like pulling the in, so I'm going in tighter.
Hey, calm down! You're not on fire! It's okay!
I'm like, it hurts.
And
We're okay! It's okay!
Pretty much at that point, when you're saying it's okay, this giant shadow goes over you. And immediately a pair of Dre land, and we're talking full adults. They're not, they're not bearded, but they're full adults, and they just flank the 4 of you guys, and they're just like looking down upon you, like,
What the hell?
What'd you do, you bunch of dum-dums?
I'm covering my head with my wings.
I'm hugging her out of fear now. One part comfort, one part fear. I didn't do anything.
This strong golden Dre comes out with a melodic voice, which is beautiful. What are you young Dre doing?
Nothing! She was telling us a story. And then some stuff happened. I don't think that was real.
Something bitter in the ass.
Something bitter.
I will verify both of those and claim I did nothing wrong here.
And they just are both giving you guys the stare down. You know, the cop look of like, you're up to something.
I don't.
Should you tell the adults what
Yes.
you saw?
Tell Tell the adults before we all get yelled at.
I was telling this story and I used some magic and it got out of hand and it hurt. I'm sorry.
You, young Dre, should know better than to waste the blessings of the moon. And they kind of gesture up, and of course, you know, the beautiful thing with Dragonia is the moons are out during the day, even. Because there's 5 of them.
Yeah, but how are we going to know what it looks like if she doesn't show us?
I'm not good with prose.
She had a vision. It was a bad one.
No, it was a dream. It was just a...
Wait, were you sleeping?
Okay. So she threw that out there that you had a vision, and they both give each other the look, and then they look. They're both looking down on you. Like, tell us more.
I get enough trouble as it is. I don't want any more.
She sells you out.
She got attacked by the thing she tried to show us. It had black and red eyes, and it bit her. And that's why she was running.
It looked like a do-ant, but it was big and
That
ugly.
thing! Yeah, that thing! I think what she said, man, its butt was full of evil things.
It's a butt full of evil.
A butt full of evil!
A load of evil.
Oh my god!
And they both look at you. Well, young Dre, what did you see?
There was some broken spires, and the do-ants were traveling out of that to a mound that had a crack in it, and they were going in there. And when I looked close at one of the do-ants, I saw this hand come out of like the honey goo stuff it had, and it was against the, and it was a claw.
And you see from the green Dre, he leans down, his big old hand is like the size of your body, and he reaches down and just like daintily picks up one of the mugs that you're drinking and like sniffs the mug.
That was not mine, that was this!
As he's holding this little thimble-sized thing in his hand, he's like, have you, Dre, been getting into the honey moonberry juice?
I wasn't supposed to get in trouble today!
We gotta make a pact not to rat each other out.
As they both, you know, they chest puff kind of up. You, young Dre, go see to your chores and clean up this mess. And then they both turn towards the statue and they do this whole very opulent bow as they immediately rip off into the air and just feel the air suck from their quick jump to the sky. As they're slowly, lazily circling over you guys, obviously looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for you to leave.
I'm cleaning up like right away. I'm like,
That's my mug!
Oh no, he put the mug down after he realized it was an alcoholic beverage that you were drinking.
here's your freaking mug. Come on, let's go.
Oh, my sandwich.
I pick it up and dust it off. Here you go.
And I eat it. Like, woo.
Sandwich, thanks.
Isn't that the worst thing I've eaten?
Okay, so you guys are basically packing up your little picnic that you guys are gonna do. What is your plan? You know.
Get away from there first.
Okay.
Like,
Do we head back to where we like stay or live or our general hideout?
yeah. I was about to ask if we had like.
Do we have like a hideout or like a?
Well, what is the place that your clutch goes to, or do you have like a bunch of kids with a secret clubhouse?
I would think like basically somewhere in like a warehouse in one of the boxes
Well,
they
remember,
generally forgot.
you guys are itty bitty compared to the adults. You could live in like a crawl space between buildings, you know.
Like yeah, it's just like we're just like all right, let's do this.
Okay, so where is your secret location?
I would think down like an alley. We actually found like a gap between two houses where they're not exactly touching, and we just kind of built a place there.
Yeah.
I almost got the door working, and there's only a 5% chance of it falling and crushing us this time.
Normally we
Okay,
have to like
so
bash the
you
door.
guys basically do the whole, and you guys almost look like cats in a street full of people that you're like darting between these dray.
There are probably others who are just like running by us as well.
And you got messenger dray doing their thing. So
shouldn't you be working today?
I finished because things happened. It's not my fault.
She learned that she could put her envelopes in some other Dre's pouch, and they get delivered for her. So you guys are back at your little secret clubhouse. What are you going to call the secret clubhouse?
Ooh, the Warren.
The lair of the yeah.
The lair of the yeah.
The lair of the yeah.
The lair of the really cool drags.
Drags. It's Dre, not Dre. I feel like that's a different
Dre
story.
Is the actor.
I'm sorry.
The lair.
The lair.
With somebody
The
hissing.
lair.
Okay. Dun, dun,
The
dun.
lair, and then like horses whinny.
As you
Oh,
see
God.
a Pegasus chariot going by with a dragon on it.
Every time we say it, it's the lair, and then.
That's right. You think one day they'll let me actually ride a Pegasus?
No. We might blow it up.
It's actually
That's true. That's true.
No, him.
It's
There was
really
way to do it.
Devore is the nickname they go with. A divorce. Divorce.
You think they'll let me have a divorce?
So you guys head back to the lair. Unfortunately, your dear friend is still very
Upset.
Is your butt
Upset.
okay?
Is your butt still hurt?
Let me see
You have
it.
evil in your butt?
I'm gonna see if I have more
Maybe I
moonberry
can
juice.
heal it.
I'm gonna go into the corner and just kind of curl up with my tail close to me.
Probably in one of the dragon's jackets that we found.
It's a jacket for them, but for you guys, it's like a community blanket.
Community blanket / bed.
He was gonna throw it out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
It was close enough to the door to believe that.
Yes.
Okay, so when you guys get there, you're having your moment. You're actually worried about your friend there.
Yeah.
She's very.
Do you want a cup of water? I rinsed out the
Mopsy will
moonberry
come over
juice.
and lick it. It'll be better.
See? Licks always make things better, unless they're the hitty kind. And those suck.
By the way, I am examining my tail. Is there an actual physical bite there?
There seems to be like discoloration.
Ooh!
Ooh,
I have stuff for that! Remember these? I'm pointing at all the dispatch colors on me. I have the perfect thing for it. It only smells for a while. Then it smells for really bad for a long time. But then that goes away.
What's a long time?
Remember that time no one talked to me? That time.
We're the only ones who talk to you.
Yeah!
Okay.
let Mopsy give it a sniff.
So you let your spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I discouragedly put some random
So you
smelly
do
colored jar
have
back into
a-
my bag.
You do have a move for your spirit creature. It's on the second page. There is a thing your spirit could do, especially since you basically summoned the spirit of one of these things.
I need to use yours from where?
For advice.
If you follow this wall all the way inside,
a little
there's a
hallway.
little hallway.
You want me
We'll
to
just
show you?
pretend that I'm like doing mischievous things somewhere. Like, alright,
Okay.
I'm gonna go see if I can find that coin we found in the jacket.
And by finding the coin, you mean speaking in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, then I look at my spirit and I say,
Be back.
what's wrong with her tail? And
Okay.
then I have to roll.
Okay.
Come on, do better than me.
Love your D6.
Yes.
A 9. So on a result of.
So on a 7 and 9, take a. Can't read this.
You want me to read it?
+1 forward. If you do as it says, and mark shadow if you don't.
So your little spirit, describe how your spirit's checking out her tail.
Here's my spirit guide, by the way. I made a picture. Ignore the dragon. The dragon's bad. But that's Mopsy.
Aww. Like a winged weasel?
Yeah, it's a dog, a weasel dog.
Oh.
With a raven wing or two.
A raven weasel dog.
Yeah, a raven weasel dog.
Okay, so it comes glowy, sprinkling, and it comes and it's inspecting the tail and sniffing it, like gently pawing it and licking when you look at it. And it basically is coming over to you, and it's very agitated over basically it's expressing an evil spirit.
Oh no!
We've got to get rid of this is what it's expressing.
Mumsy
Get
says
rid of
we
her
gotta
tail?
do
No,
something.
get rid of the evil spirit.
Okay.
There's something bad in there. We have to get rid of it.
I was like, what? You want us to cut over tail? That's what I thought he was implying.
Not my tail.
Mumsy, what do we do?
How do we get rid of it?
But it seems like it's slowly easing up, except for the little shadow mark part, which sucks.
So now you have a new little thing on your tail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Permanently.
But your spirit wants you to immediately go find that.
Find.
The thing that caused that.
Okay, let's go.
It was my magic that caused it.
We'll see the moon connected the spirit of the thing to the hologram you created there, but you made too good of a connection. So basically, much like you have a vision, one of these ants swapped spots, and it became the spirit that you created.
A literal dew ant. They transported itself from where the hell it is and bit my tail.
Thankfully, it's not the size of the actual ones, because the real ones are like twice that size.
So just having walked back in the room like, what'd I miss?
We're gonna go find the ant that bit her tail.
And
Yes!
What are we gonna do?
And immediately, the little
Smush it.
her spirit is like, yes.
By the way, I was looking at the way to. Usually they take like the first syllable of each word to make a new animal name. I have Rawado, Wadora, or Dowara
Or what?
For yours.
for her raven.
Well, remember,
dog,
her
weasel.
spirit thing is really, it's a nature spirit, so it's not an animal per se.
Oh, okay,
It's an actual spirit
Mumsy.
of nature that
It's my
has
mumsy.
fixed an appearance that she likes.
Mums.
I shall call
So
it
it could be a fairy,
Okay,
it could be
You got the mums.
will-o-wisp. So it's
Okay.
not an actual
Why do people
creature,
always cringe
but
when
it's
you say
a
that?
spirit of nature that took a form.
Okay, cool.
It's just mumps.
Months. Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Alrighty.
Okay?
The hardest part was building the tools. I'm just thinking that, like, in a world like that, I have the fact I have a set of tools. I mean, I have been at this for a lot longer than I let on.
Okay, let's go.
Okay? So,
You guys got all your
I
chores
guess
done,
we're gonna
right?
go, right?
Yes, I did. I
Well-
stayed away from all the important areas, so my chores are done.
okay,
That's what
so,
Zephyr said.
I mucked out the pond yesterday.
so how exactly do you want to find out where they are?
We could just follow
Is there a
mumps.
map? Oh, does Mumsy know where it is?
Mumsy, no.
Mumsy gives you this, like, semi-non-committal, like, chipmunk pointing that way with the...
Go over there.
What is that way?
We go over to the corner.
Now we're on the
As
corner.
pretty much Mumsy then walks through the wall.
This doesn't
Damn
sound
it.
good.
I go to walk through the wall.
You basically thump into the wall.
Ah!
You should know better than this.
I thought it was like last time with Vervain.
I laughed.
Oh, let's push the wall again.
So go ahead and you basically give me a roll with your cunning, and you get that +1 forward, remember, because you're doing what your spirit guide says.
I try to walk through the wall. Thinking I am somehow gifted.
So you guys spend a good hour or so trying
I'm
to...
just sitting there, just like, why?
You basically, at one point, Mimsy realizes you can't go through the wall.
Do you think that we could just get a running start and we'll go through?
And
Why am I the voice of reason in this group?
as you guys are basically trying to follow your spirit, and it's basically an uphill battle, because the spirit is trying to take a straight line to where it
And
believes...
there is no straight line.
There's no such thing as a straight line.
Magana.
So
Tell
is this
Mumsy.
considered a failure?
That's considered a failure.
So
So I'm
Well,
gonna tell Magana.
That's considered a failure. You get to mark experience.
Oh, I had 2 failures, so
Or-
2 marks.
Yep.
Okay, Magana.
There's a learning curve.
Wait,
Where do I mark
You
it?
just mark the top
The raw scale?
left
Oh.
box. Yep, because you're a raw scale.
You would just mark it.
Yep, you just put like a 1 in there.
Okay.
When it gets all the way to the end, you get to pick one of the options. You crisscross that option, and then the bar starts over again. When you fill it again, you get to pick the second option. And then when you've picked all 3, you drop down to the next bar.
And you're
Which means you've grown up.
Yes.
And you got big fast. All that protein.
So you guys are having this uphill battle trying to get through town because every like 3 seconds the spirit's
Mumsy just does
disappearing
something
into
weird.
a thing, and you're just like waiting there for Mumsy to come
realize that
I'd
we
probably
can't
start
go that
shining
way.
stuff.
Plus
Just
we
take
have
from
to,
my bag
like-
just to shine it.
Avoid the adults.
back. Well, see, that's the problem. It's you guys are making this weird little rascals kerfuffle going through town that you notice that there's an ominous shadow repeatedly flying over you guys.
Guys, how about we just get out of town right now? Because obviously the spires and the mound were not in town.
Well, it seems to be going that way.
Okay.
So how do we get that way?
By walking down the street. Let's go.
And pretty much as soon as you say that, and you definitively go, crashing thunder as a pair of clawed legs land in front of you all.
Damn it.
And the crowd immediately is parting. And there is
Mumsy.
this very serpentine dragon whose head immediately, shoulders are at full height, but the head is like snaking down to get right in front of all of you. And it's got this lion head. And it's just looking at all of you. And then, of course, your spirit's kind of skulking away.
Hi!
What are you doing?
Trying to get outside of
Well, I
town.
was trying to get this thing because her tail's written. There's a thing inside it, and a Mumsy, and they wanted, but the walls wouldn't let us in, and now we just can't go over to the place.
I hide behind you now. I just like,
So
my
you're
back and
Raz is
Raz
zipping behind Nyx and shrinking.
Oh, God.
I'm just
What?
gonna,
Following my spirit.
I'm just
guide.
gonna sit there petting my cat. I have nothing to do with this. I didn't climb anything.
I'm
I'm not
hiding
in
behind
trouble.
her.
You, Drake, should go back to your clutch house.
Yes,
You're
sir.
going to get hurt.
Yes. Right away.
And it's funny because the arm's like 50 feet over your heads. Well, the head's right there.
Okay.
But what about Mumsy?
He's your spirit animal. Just call him.
Mums! Mums!
As it just is slowly skirking in the darkness to get around you and slowly skirking behind your leg.
Okay. All right, come on. Thank you. We're going right now. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
I'm not even walking, I'm just attached to you. Just turning you there. Like,
Because I have a prehensile tail too, so I just wrap it around you and I drag you.
just head over shoulder. Bye.
And this dragon is just mad dogging you guys with the eyes.
I haven't been
Obviously, you realize
I'm kinda
maybe
used
you
to this.
must have done something when you were skulking through town and you're weird climbing over everything.
Did anyone knock
What
over
about
anything?
Her tail?
Just shush right now, okay?
What?
Just shush.
So what is your plan? Are you going to go back to where the young drakes usually are, or are you going to try to ditch this guy's,
Well, we could conceivably go back to where we're supposed to go, wait until they forget about us a little bit, and then go directly out of town instead of following Mumsy, then ask Mumsy
Yeah, 'cause
where
I
to
don't
go.
know.
That
I like that plan. That's a
sounds
great
like a
plan.
very daring, good plan.
You should lead the group.
Let's go have dinner first.
So
Oh, that sounds even better. I like that plan, then that plan.
I guess that's our plan.
So you guys go back to your actual clutchmate, residence where you have your caretaker and
Hi,
it brings.
Mom. Hi, Dad.
Well, you don't have
There's
you
no
have
mom
dragon
there.
caretaker.
Just in general. Just come to the door. Why do you do that every time?
As there's this
What are these
beautiful
words?
banquet of assorted fruits and things that your caretaker has left for you all to eat.
Hey, have you guys ever thought that this is like a dollhouse to everyone else? As I eat, just immediately put the first full-size fruit in my mouth. And continue to talk.
Okay, so you guys
He's
basically
outside.
share a meal, spend some downtime, and you're now planning to vamoose out of town and then ask Mumsy to
Yes.
to track.
That is the plan.
Guys.
While we were having dinner, I'm like, okay, guys, listen. I know you accept my visions, and that's very wonderful, and I love you all for that. But please, stop just saying them to the adults.
Because the adults don't believe in the darkness.
Yeah, nobody believes
Don't forget,
in the darkness.
90% of the adults believe the darkness is a boogeyman tale that only kids say.
Okay,
So when
from
you guys
now
say
on.
darkness stuff, unless like your mentor, who knows the darkness but basically can't directly act on it because adults look like they're crazy, but they talk about it.
Yeah,
To be fair, all I said was out of town. That's all I said.
You guys need to learn the self-preservation when it comes to the adults. You should look at my mentor.
Okay, from now on, we'll just say we're in the game. It's part of the game.
The game.
They'll never know.
Yeah,
We're playing a game.
Yes.
That's what I was going to tell them. Then you guys just went like, "Oh, we're going out of town to help our tail."
Okay, guys, sorry.
Okay, so you basically waiting for the
That is everything.
Now, are you waiting for it to
to
be dark, or
Yeah.
just wait for it later in the day?
Well, if it's dark, I assume there'd be patrols and stuff around so that young drakes are in bed and stuff like that. I would think. I don't know.
They don't.
I don't want to go when it's complete dark.
If we disguise ourselves, we look more suspicious. So if
I'm
we're
not
just
saying we're
leaving,
just
As you all stand on each other's shoulders.
wearing a trench coat.
wearing that coat. Oh man, he'd be really mad if he found us in his coat.
We're trying to be like a full-grown adult, but we're just coming up to their knee at this point.
Okay, so you guys are waiting till a little later in the afternoon where people
Yeah.
are still active and stuff, and you guys
But
are
active, but like everybody's kind of tired because the middle
Our
of the
tummies
day.
are full. They're going home, you know.
Mhm.
People aren't really paying attention because they're tired.
Everything
And
will
we're-
get a house, guys. Just
I
random
don't
tangent
even
thought.
know.
Yeah, when we're older.
Anyway, yeah. So we wait until like it's late enough that people are tired or drays are tired, and we don't so they're not going to be as attentive.
Oh.
So
And we're
that's
not
the
going to do
plan.
anything weird. We're just going to walk.
Just go straight out of
down
town.
Okay, so which one of you is the most cunning, by the way? That's probably something y'all should know about each other.
I got a 0 for cunning.
I got a -1.
I
for
got a
cunning.
1.
I got a 2 for cunning, so I'm
So
probably.
go
Hey,
ahead.
who's really good at explaining what just happened? It's like,
Not you.
first, it wasn't my fault. Second, you can't prove it was.
So Nick, go ahead and give me a mislead roll. This is how you just walk in casual. No, Nick, she's
Nick's-
the best with cunning.
You're the mess with cunning.
I only got 1. You have 2.
I have 2. I'm the
You
best
have
with
two?
cunning.
Okay.
I'm
So-
at least good enough to lie out of a situation
So
like.
go ahead and give me a mislead or trick as you're basically coming up with a cunning plan to get out of town without anyone noticing.
In the worst case scenario, hide your pet. And then we'll say we're looking for your pet who left town.
As the pet crawls out.
Stay
I have a
in
message
the
bag.
bag.
I have a
Stay in the
message.
bag.
I have a message bag. I just like go in there.
All right.
Get in there. I'll get like the
Roll
equivalent of
plus
catnip
10.
and lay in the
All
bag
right,
with
so
it.
rolling +2.
Yep. You got this. You got this.
I
Dude.
got this.
10.
10 plus 2 is 12.
10. Okay, dude, you have this cunning plan because you know the schedules. And you just how the crafters will be doing their thing, and you guys blend in as like followers of all the different vendors and stuff that are moving their wares at the end of the night.
Just grab a box and walk following somebody and look really annoyed.
And-
They don't even care at that point.
And you guys are totally pulling it off that you're supposed to be in every little district as you're heading out of town. And you basically get out of town and you're like, oh, and we dump the bucket of water as we leave town into the river there and put the bucket down. And you guys basically are a good half hour outside of town. You're in the wilds. As all of a sudden you get that ominous moment where you're hearing just nature sounds, which to you is fine. To the rest of you is kind of creepy.
Why does anyone come out here?
Because it's pretty.
But there's no warmth and metal.
But they're tall things.
There's tall things.
What's the tallest thing?
Well, the tallest thing is a tree. It's
I'm gonna climb up the tree.
And we've lost Nix.
as immediately Nix is climbing up the tree. And
Wait, no, wait!
You get like halfway up the tree and you look across the tree branch and then you see a spiral, which is basically a spider and a squirrel hybrid. Think of a wolf spider with a squirrel tail.
I open my bag. Let my kitty out.
What are you looking at?
As you all just see this thing dive off as her cat fat rat
Oh,
is going
no,
after
a
it for
spiral.
food. As you see the circle of life happening, as it basically takes it straight to the ground and just starts chewing on legs.
Good baby! Good baby!
As you just hear this thing's death squeak.
I'm feeling sad because I like the spiral. It's just doing what it does.
Is there anything useful?
Again, it's doing what it does.
Circle of life.
Circle of life.
Okay, fine. Circle of damn life.
Circle of life.
Okay, so you guys are out there in the wilds. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna poke the corpse with a stick.
As you do, and just like two legs twitch.
Oh, how does it do that?
Leave it alone.
Hey, while you're up there,
Uh-huh.
can you scan the horizon, see if you see spiral?
Yes, that's what I meant to do, to climb up here to survey. Yeah.
Sure you
exactly
did.
what I meant to do.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
Good
going
job,
up
Nix.
there and I'm looking.
Okay, so when you're looking from the description she gave you what you're looking for, go ahead and give me survey an ancient area.
What is that?
That's going to be a cunning roll.
Okay.
If you get a 10 plus, you can ask 2 questions. On a 7-1, you ask 1 question. If you fail, you probably
I got
have
a
lost.
9.
Nice. So you can ask one of those questions.
Okay.
Does she get to add her cunning?
Yep.
So that means you
got
get 10.
10. So I did
So you
get
get to
10.
get 2 of those.
Okay, so
Nice.
Yes.
How-
Always add the second.
how can I gain access to this place's secrets, which is the
Okay. So as you look and your eyes are doing the whole darting across the horizon, taking in all
Why are
this
you making
beauty-
sound effects when you look?
Mainly, you guys are sitting here go.
whippy neck. Whippy.
You see what sounds like when she described this hole, they crossed a river and there's this area of some spires. You actually see in the distance something that looks similar to what she was talking about.
Okay.
And you have a feeling that it's probably going to be like half a day's journey that direction through the wilds.
Hopefully you won't miss it. They're probably gonna miss it. We're gonna get yelled at. Oh,
It'll be alright.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
talking
guys
to myself.
sometimes
at
go
this point.
days between
Okay.
I'm
chores.
just talking to myself.
We're really good at avoiding our chores at this point.
And what's the other
So
question?
where's this place in? Well, this is just me. Like from the
Uh-huh.
first question, where is it in compare? Do we have to go around the city to get to it? Or
Yeah.
So you guys have left the capital city.
Okay.
Are we
So
going,
where
like,
is
south
it?
or north?
And it's actually going to be over here.
So okay.
So it's further south.
It's further south, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Dog sounds in a mall?
yeah, there's a pet store next to us.
Yeah, it
Malls.
jarred me. I forgot we were even in a mall, to be honest with you.
You're in Dragonia!
Yes.
Okay, so-
Damn, dog sounds in this
Are-
mall ruining my house.
Okay, so I want to say like, are we alone? Like, I want to like pose the "Are we alone?" in the sense of, do I see giant ants in the distance or anything?
So
like that?
are we alone?
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically, as you're surveying the area,
Yeah.
you notice as you're doing the whole daredevil eyes darting around, you're realizing that in the forest here it's fairly calm.
Yeah.
So there seems to be no danger. And by the way, when I answer these questions, they're truisms, they're not lies.
Okay.
So it's not me suckering you into
Not
it.
misleading us.
You see no danger in the area except for the natural flora fauna,
Yeah.
which was totally unnatural for our perspective as people. And you do notice when you look into the distance
Yeah.
with these mounds, you notice a herd of creatures skulking about at the fringe of that area. It
Huh.
looks like, like a small herd of maybe about 20 or 30 creatures.
Which are pretty big if I can see them from here.
Yeah. Together as a herd, they're moving and milling about just outside of the Spires area, almost like there's something attracting them to the Spires.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I really.
What do your dragon eyes see?
I go down and I relay to everybody the information that there's some. Okay, I think the spire's this way, but there are things over there, and they're pretty big, and they might eat us.
Are they bigger than a bread box?
Much. They're much bigger than a bread box.
Bigger
That's
than
like-
a bear beaver? Are they the doings?
I can't tell from this far. They're just big, and there's a lot of them.
You did see, when you looked, there seems to be like a convoy of things that's reminiscent to what you described
Yeah.
as the ants.
So there's a trail of them, so they could be the ants, but I can't. We're still a bit too far.
And
we can go sneak and we
and
can hide.
the
and
line
see.
that you saw of what looks to be could be ants is those things are bigger than the herd that you saw milling about.
Vervain,
Okay, so I share
how
this.
big were these do ants to you?
I like flap my wings and get up to like.
To you, to be equivalent of a horse. If your size as people was you as Dre, it's equivalent to a horse.
I go, this much, and then drop down.
That's pretty big.
You guys sure we... No. Wait. I immediately think there might be important things or shiny. I say let's do it!
Yeah. Okay.
What color eyes does he have?
Plus, we gotta find
Oh,
out.
the one...
One eye.
Yeah, the one eye, it's emerald green. No, that's the thing, is like his eyes are freaking nice.
Okay.
That's the only nice thing about him. He's like,
Freaky nice.
how are you not blind yet? Look at my special eyes. It's like anime eyes.
You look. Anytime you look into your eyes, I see flower petals in the
It's like-
background.
Steven Universe stars.
Yes.
Just turn around like, oh god, what are all these things? Get them off of me!
Okay, so you guys, you know the forest is safe thanks to the Daredevil, because the Daredevil's been through here enough times that he knows when danger is milling about.
So I'd probably give that spider one last good poke and meander off.
As her pet's yelling at you and hisses when you keep poking its food, because only the legs are delicacies.
I poke the torso and then walk away.
Oh, did I forget to say I didn't finish it off? It was
Oh god!
that would be the cat part.
It's eating it while it's still alive.
So I now move quicker away from her cat and remind myself, don't let it sleep near me.
Pixie.
Okay, so you guys basically trekking through the woods, I'm assuming the nature adept is leading the way?
Yup.
Okay, so you and... Do you tell your spirit guide to lead the way? Okay, because as soon as you do, the spirit guide's like, come on, it's just gesturing. Now, does your spirit guide make noises or just mute?
Just little noises. Like
Okay.
Little sort of weaselly noises.
Weaselly noises, little squeaky noises?
Weaselton.
If it's extreme,
I'm whistle.
it may bark
It's
like
really mad. Yes.
Okay. So it's basically leading you in a very straight route, even though it's
Yeah,
like
the fact
zipping
that
through
it's just
trees
like
and
that's
things.
awesome.
But you guys,
we can
it's
follow it.
far better than when you were in the middle of the city trying to gauge, okay, what is the path through freaking
So,
walls?
running around the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, majestic apple trees. Hope these don't fall on us.
And you are seeing all different kinds of flora and fauna and stuff as you see the forest starts thinning out. And of course, the sun is set, the darkness is starting to come. And by the way, I mean the darkness of night, not the darkness of capital.
Just
Yeah,
a
that would be
creepy
bad.
black wave, like, so majestic.
So when the sun sets and you guys are out during night, are you guys continuing to power through?
This could be bad. I don't know if we should be wandering around at night where we can't see and things.
But if
could
we
eat
light
us.
if we light a light, then they'd see us before we saw
Well,
them.
what I'm saying is maybe we should camp.
How far away is it? Is our destination?
Your destination, if you like powered through the night, you'd probably get there around 3, 4 in the morning.
Do we really want to get there at darkness where things can't...
Let's stop and eat these apples out of the tree and take a nap.
They're big enough.
But if we get there at night,
That could be bad because we can't see what's
no.
going on.
If we run into a worm in one of them, we can all die.
As it does the hole from Dune.
Into the apple itself, like, just back down to us, like...
the Grainsmith must flow.
We're terrible. We're terrible.
I don't...
Why?
That's good.
That was
I
fantastic.
bet you could never work that into a conversation.
Again.
I
just did. But yeah,
This is like a one time only, but totally worth it.
yeah.
Dare you to find a place to put that in later.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, so you guys are going to stop and basically camp out?
I would advise
In
it.
the roots of the tree, probably.
If the daredevil says we camp, you probably want to camp.
Yeah, I'll agree
Like,
with
if
that.
she's not brave enough to do it.
Not so much I'm not brave enough. I can only protect so many of you at once.
Wait,
How many
2
of
arms?
you-
But you have 2 arms
There's
and a
3
tail.
of us.
You have a tail.
Technically, no, there's 4 of us. I'm clowning Pixie.
Rock, paper, scissors, see who she protects.
Oh, I see the way it is. You don't count her spirit, but you count your
Trees. It goes through trees. I have no concern for it.
It's just mom. She just like pees out, like slowly backs in tree, Homer Simpson style. Just
That's what I figured we do.
I see the way you are. You're a materialist. You're just immaterial.
My favorite part of this is I love how those two immediately assumed that you were going to protect me. They're like, we'll fight over the box.
we didn't even question it. It's like
We need adult supervision. We need adult Dre supervision.
Okay, so we're camping.
So you guys are camping. Now, are you doing anything special for your camp? Or are you just like, hey, we're going to curl up and sleep in a pot, a Dre pile?
Yeah.
did anyone learn how to breathe fire yet?
Nope.
Darn.
You got moon magic. You can do anything with moon magic.
I don't know. After watching what happened with her butt, I don't want anything to happen to us. I go to cause a fire and the whole forest goes up. And it'll be all over my birthday again. Just
Let's just find a spot and curl up. Maybe we can get some leaves and stuff and put it over us to help.
Actually,
But
okay,
first,
I
can
have
you
a
clean
question.
Pixie off? Because it's covered in blood and webbing, and that's scary.
No, she's a poor cat. She cleans herself.
She's just there.
I'm looking around. Is there any kind of because also I think us being on the ground would be kind of exposed. So I'm looking around for any trees that have little like
one who's so kidding. I'm still having
like recesses,
weird-
like little nesty areas up high and loud. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was saying
Nobody
shush to
cares.
them.
Yeah. She was shushing them for your account.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you basically give it a look, see.
Because I have the grappling hook. If they can't climb up after me, we can pull them up.
So you survey the area and find a nice little nook where a couple branches come out. There's a little triangle of nestiness that you could park in.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna. Let's go up there.
Okay. So
All of us?
Yes.
Come on, nature. Go live in trees.
I mean, I think you're on the ground. It's nice up there.
you can stay on the ground. I doesn't say you have to go on the
Dig
tree.
me a little
You could be
soft burrow.
independent and stay on the ground in the roots of the tree.
Me and Mopsy will stay down here and keep watch.
Ah,
Okay,
keep watch.
Sure. Dig a hole, flop onto my back. Mopsy curls up on my stomach.
like, aw, as we're like way up in the tent.
Don't fall on me, you guys.
Oh, speaking of falling, can I have your grappling hook?
Yes.
I tie myself to the tree just in case I get night visions.
That's a good idea.
I actually wrap myself just around the branch. Alright, guys. Just adjust the harness saddle to the tree. Just hanging lamely on the tree. Like, he's gonna fall. He'll be fine.
Are you comfortable?
You don't care.
Just dead asleep.
Everyone anyway.
Sleeping on the floor, sleeping during meals.
Kind of lounging, just taking up the area.
Yeah, just
Okay, so you guys basically sleep through the night. It's fairly low key. You keep hearing the cat purring, the cat bat rat purring, and
It's
which
very
we're all
soothing.
probably very accustomed
It's
to at
very
this point.
soothing.
Yeah.
your spirit guide is just like
It's not
walking
that
around the tree absentmindedly, waiting for you guys to continue on because it's not tired.
It's more
Usually
bored than
it's-
anything.
Scritching at interesting things, giving.
Playing
Easily
with
sniffs.
little,
Other spirit.
lizard bugs.
You just wake up covered in lizard bugs. They're not even dead. They scatter as you wake up.
So remember, you do have your signature move, by the way. You could have talked to that dying Spiral.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Spiral.
It didn't occur to me.
Pixie ate it.
Ate only its legs. It is now a stump in the forest with a stick in its torso.
That's harsh.
It's horrible. Slow pan back to it, just with a stick just twitching.
I think I'll call him
Try
Russell.
using the tail to flap about.
As you just see a fish bat swoop down in the darkness and fly off with it. Sweet release.
Multiple single tears from the eyes as it
Four eyes.
Why am I so...
Congratulations, our kill count is at 1. And it's the cat that died.
I am suddenly reminded of that picture of the eagle grabbing that fish.
Yeah.
And the with the surprise look of the fish, and underneath it says, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit,
So you guys are heading on come morning. Your spirit guide's like, let's go! What are we waiting on? What is this breakfast thing as you guys are grabbing
Apples.
berries and fruits on the trees?
I think all of us are pensively scared of the apples because of the worm scene.
I'm not.
I was like, I'd love an apple, but I'm pretty sure you'd eat us. I'd eat for days.
Can I touch the darkness?
You can choose to. Anytime you'd like, you can try.
I should have stole more moonberry juice.
So now that I'm a bit calmer because I had a good night's sleep,
Oh.
I want to try to touch the darkness to see if I can get any more information on what the fuck we're heading into.
Okay.
Is it the darkness in your tail?
Well, it's basically she
Bye.
reaches out into the ether of the darkness because she's actually courted the darkness.
So we're all like on the ground, probably huddled around her little
Well,
hole.
No, I'm suspending her.
Do you tell
Oh, you're
them?
suspending
Or
her.
while you guys
Suspending
are
her.
walking, you're just gonna tweak into the
Please
darkness.
tell us.
Well, I figured I'd do it during breakfast when we're down.
We're
Oh,
all
okay.
just sitting around circling.
No, I'm going to suspend her from the air so she doesn't start running.
So you don't even take the rope down; you just tie her and pull her up a little more.
Like a
Then hook it to
banana?
just hook it to something as you sit back down and continue to eat your breakfast. Like this is just another part of your morning.
So it says
Like-
to use a charm roll, so 11.
Oh,
Hey!
Okay, so you own this stuff.
Darkness,
You're embracing the darkness that's in your tail right now, and it just washes over you.
I am hanging from the harness with my tail just going like that.
Just rocking back and forth.
Well,
Oh,
I
she's
figured
napping.
I'm swinging a little bit because of the rope.
Got that little sway.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so it says choose 2. Or the visions are clear, lucid details, a clear shadow, or clearer shadow. Show what you need to do. Take +1 to do forward to do it. Reveal the role a dragon will play in the events to come. Ooh. Okay. I want to show. I want to see what we need to do.
okay.
Yeah.
So immediately as you're swaying, you just feel these. I put the book down real quick. As you got your tail comforting your hands and just soothing your tail, and you're just doing that whole autonomic soothing rub that just happens. It's like, oh, my little tail. And all of a sudden you feel the cold seep from where that bite wound is on your tail and it just overtakes you. As all of a sudden, immediately you blink and you are all covered in darkness. You are the darkness except your eyes that have moonlight glow coming out of them as you open your eyes.
Dang, look at her!
And everything around you is in total black with slight hints of white outlines so you can see definition.
Are we seeing this change?
No, you're just seeing her swaying. And,
And her eyes are just all... So yeah, it's more like, whoa, look at her, like, oh wow.
As all of a sudden,
You
your
should see
vision
her eyes,
is just
man.
like slap. You feel like tree branches slapping into your face as you're standing there holding your tail and your form is just moving forward. Like you're escalating the trip it's going to be and you're darting around moving and immediately you come to an area where you stop. And your whole body tilts, like almost like you're an oval egg as you look down and see this line of these ants. And you see a few ants coming back with their adrenals all shrunken down and empty. But you see the ones mainly with the glowing white outlined darkness inside them. because all of a sudden the darkness is like neon sign inside them leaving.
That's what they're carrying?
So you kind of like do this look back and forth of where they're going at the temple, where they're coming at the ant mounds, and you just, as soon as you look at these 3 towers, I mean, we're talking like serious 100-foot towers that are like massive holes at the very top. And you can see the sad moaning of the herds of creatures around there, and it's actually moles, moles and cows having babies.
Mole cows.
So basically, they
Moles
look
and
like
cows
cows with mole noses.
Oh god,
have
those
that
creepy star oh.
Yes.
Ah.
And you see them moseying around, and they keep moaning at the 3 towers. You see that you're getting this idea that it's their home, but these ants have invaded it. And they're just like huddled together for heat because they're not used to being exposed to the elements. And you just see their auras just fading and weakening because they're not able to get back to it. And there's some of them that are like digging, trying to make a new hole, but there's so many of them that have been displaced that they're not going to be able to make a sanctuary in the area there. And you immediately feel an oppressive feel. Now, which way in your vision are you going? Are you going to the mound that's got the broken seal or towards the holes?
Which way is the oppressive coming from? Do I know?
The presence is coming from the holes that the ants are at. You almost get this feeling like evil is here, it's wanting to get over here, the ants are a delivery system.
So
Are they in the 3 spires or where they're coming from in the ant?
They're coming out with the evil and being dropped off somewhere, and they're just automatically going back to where the others are.
I'm going to the spire.
You're going to the spire, so immediately you're like rubbing your tail in the vision, and you like instantly crystal clear, your eyes dart at the 3 spires, and you fly out, and they pretty much look like that. There's like these giant cactus-y plants, and you're realizing this area is not just deserty, it's like wasteland deserty. Like something happened once upon a time here. The very earth is kind of got this weird taint. Like maybe someone scoured this area for something.
Meanwhile, we're all just
Almost
sitting there
like
eating berries.
This
inside
wasn't
our
a
head.
cove at one point. And immediately while holding your tail, you're floating towards it. And you're seeing more and more of the ants as you pass by the glowing neon hands, like scraping on the inside of the abdomens, like there's something crawling to come out. And they all look almost exactly uniform in the way they're clawing. It's almost like at once, all of the hands are clawing at once, like it's one entity wanting to come out. But little bits of it. And all of a sudden you go flying and you come up to the top, and also you do this moment where you hover and you look at all 3 towers, and you're realizing more ants are coming out of the middle one than any of the others, but they're coming out in perfect marching order. So you immediately like float like an egg slowly down there. As you're spiraling down, you're seeing just these ants crawling themselves up through the holes, and you can tell these holes were not made by these ants. They're actually made by the moles. 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 Something like that. We'll have to write this down.
Mowls, yeah.
Mowls.
Mowls.
The mouse.
Mouse.
Mowls.
And you're seeing like skeleton of one at the bottom that's been picked clean. You can see from the bones gnawed on that these things must have eaten them. And as you're following the series of catacombs, because you're realizing you're going deeper and deeper into the catacombs, and it's got to be something mammalian, because even the ants are having to stop and get their bearings before they start moving again when they make turns. And you're just seeing like nests where there's carapaces of different food that the mouse have eaten, and then the ants have gone through and picked anything clean. And you're realizing one of the mounds where there's leftover food, actually there's some kind of bricks in one of the... At first you thought it was just dirty, and then all of a sudden one of the ants kind of bangs into the wall absentmindedly, mud breaks off, and you see there's actual bricks down there.
Ooh.
And the bricks look like they were once stone, but they were blasted with so much dragon fire or magic that they've turned almost to glass. Wow. They've been all dragon glass. And then you're trying to get your bearing, because all of a sudden when you get the epiphany of the glass bricks, and all of a sudden you turn around and there's just this car traffic of ants coming in every direction, and also like one coming down over you. You just for a moment get all distressed.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just climbing right over me, even though they're not, but I feel it like they are.
And you're just feeling the creepiness of the and then all of a sudden you like turn and there's a abdomen with a claw doing this right next to your face, and it's just like totally offsetting. As you slowly like tighten yourself up into a smaller form of yourself just because the fear that's inside you.
Yeah, she's doing a thing.
As you then spin off to where you feel a glow coming from, basically like almost an aura of heat coming from a direction that feels like the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I had been waiting to use that properly. You just fucking stole it.
Yeah, you later. And you basically spend some time, it feels like forever, navigating these endless tunnels. As you go down to where you see one of the ants comes out and it's got some kind of like tarish ichor that it's slowly still slurping. And it looks like the ichor's trying to push its way out as it's slurping it. And all of a sudden you realize that the ichor moves of its own accord. And then finally just like...
You guys are seeing me shudder a lot.
I'm just seeing you like rotate, go, shudder, grab your tail, shudder.
You turn around and as you look, you see, as you drop down this next section, you almost feel like some of the floor is crumbling, but it's actually because the ants are coming up and bricks are falling down as the ants are traveling on this way. And you see what looks like a castle court. You know, it's basically a complex where it leads up to and you see black iron and obsidian stones in a circle, and there seems to be a mirror. But it looks like when you're looking at it, you're seeing this beautiful, huge white outline while everything's in black. The mirror is broken in half, and it looks like half the glass is missing. The part that has the glass seems to be churning like the mirror is actually a vial full of something black. And when you look down on the ground, you notice the broken part of the mirror is basically slowly bleeding some black ichor that's pooling on the floor, and that's what these ants are going over and they're sucking up. And you notice that some of them are just like milling about normal ants, but then when they see their partners doing their thing, they come over and they start sucking on it. And once they start sucking on it, they act almost robotic. Before they're acting like ants doing their ant thing. And then as soon as you see the newest ones suck up the ichor and immediately just like it stiffens and its antennas are no longer doing the whole constant bug thing. They're just immediately bend into a position, and then basically it turns and steps right into order with the rest that are leaving in marching order.
It becomes a Nazi. Wow.
The darkness.
And then as you're there, you hear this shuddery squeak noise that seems to be coming out from underneath the floor, where you see the pool kind of like dripping. Do you go down further? You all of a sudden look, you squeeze your
I think
tail.
at this point we're like stretching at the little fire. Like, should we get her down?
I'm getting
and you just float through the floor. And as you're floating through the floor, you see the darkness dripping through the bricks, masonry. Obviously, this was a dragon building at once upon a time. From the pure scale, you can see the recesses for sitting in the walls. And as it drips down, you realize that water and erosion and who knows what's made a huge cavern underneath this. And in that cavern, you see the queen of this ant hive. And she's basically sitting there bathing. Oh, wow. Bathing in this rain of black droplets that are slowly landing. And you just see dozens of dead moles. And you can see just like on the side, there's this area where the cavern just has been destroyed open. And obviously that's where the ants must have crashed into the mole caverns. And from her pure girth, she's stuck in this chamber. And you see her just doing that, the classic alien scene where she's just pumping out eggs. And the black ichor is just reefing off of her like a constant slime layer. And as the eggs come out, you just see the eggs immediately like convulse when the black slime on the floor hits them.
Well, nothing good can be happening.
And then immediately, the queen ant looks right at you. And all of a sudden, the carapace eyes glow white just like your eyes. And all of a sudden, your tail starts throbbing as you immediately pop back into your body. Is there anything else you wanted to know on that? By the
Oh,
way?
yeah.
Like a novel worth of visions as we're just kind of milling about at this point. Just like, how tall up there did you get next?
I pop out for a second. I go, fuck. And then I'm back in.
She's back! Get back down!
No, I'm just back in again.
No, keep going, keep going up!
Oh, no, wait. It says on a hit, choose 1. Oh, but on plus 10, then choose 2.
Yep.
So, reveal a role the dragon will play in events to come. Plus,
Is it like Witch Dragon or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Plus 1.
because that's usually if you're doing someone's prophecy. So do you
Got
want
it,
to do
got
that for
it.
one of your clutchmates? You can, or
Yeah.
yourself.
I want to do it for that guy.
For that guy. Oh.
Hey! Find out my destiny!
So immediately
Your density?
you scream.
Yes, which is also
You
rare.
you close your eyes and open them, and your normal eyes are there, but you're looking at all of them, and immediately you lock eyes with him. And immediately, as soon as you do, your eyes close and they open again, and you see, when looking at her, dark orbs of darkness. But you have popped back into your vision where you're covered in the darkness, but you have the light glowing around him. And immediately you feel yourself back in that familiar fetal position. And you see him as he's grabbing moon magic, as you feel him pulling moon magic in. And he like waves his hand, and you see some, and it's weird the way your brain's interpreting this vision, that you're seeing a wall. And slowly he's making bricks appear and moving bricks. Like he's almost like using force to build a wall. And then when he stops, he breathes moon magic out. And the wall, all of a sudden you see all these clay bricks that are perfectly interlocking together. And he's like, ha-ha, heroically, as he goes, with his panache that you're used to. And this searing white flame shoots out that just feels of moon magic and feels beautiful. Hits these bricks, and immediately you're seeing them meld into each other flawlessly with not a single mark between them. You're not sure exactly what the metaphor of the brick walls being sealed is. Not exactly, but you have ideas
Yeah.
of what this wall is that he's making. But you just feel that all of his knowledge and skills as a crafter is going into this. That he is making something whole. And once you feel his smile and pride of sealing this wall, immediately as soon as it pops, the darkness just rips away from everything in your vision, disappears up your skin, pops in your eyes, and you're looking at him and he's just like, what?
I'm pretending that you're in that same thing, like, if I did something, you would have said something, so...
You haven't done something, but you will.
Why do you sound like Zephyr? Do you know something?
Yes.
If it's bad, I didn't do it, and if it's good, you're welcome.
It's going to be very good.
And that's pretty much when your group tells you that, by the way, you've only been hanging for like 5 minutes. Breakfast is ready.
We actually roasted some of the berries. Don't eat the blue ones.
Why?
Yeah.
And you grin, it's just all blue.
This is all blue. Like, not even that, like, oh, that's okay, blue. Like, whoa! Like, I ate a pen blue. Just, really hope it'll wash out. Just on my skin.
You have blues. Maybe you've discovered a new pigment.
I was just like, I'm gonna add this to metal. Ooh, a rustic. Oh, did I tell you guys? I found this new thing I'm working with. They named it after me because it got everywhere. And the way Zephyr said it, it sounded like a bad thing, but I know he was proud of me.
I thought you'd appreciate that one.
Yes, I did so much.
It's not plastic, it's rastic.
It's rustic.
So you basically have gotten all that, and your brain is reeling with all these things that you've been thrown. So
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
your
plus
eyes
side,
think it's
you
wingy
own
thing.
that vision, by the way. You've owned that vision.
That was my vision. That vision was my bitch.
You want help down? Because you're going to have to wait, because Nyx is like way up there.
Next.
She's back!
Oh, damn it. Go down, untire, lower her to the ground.
Thank you.
As the hook just recedes into the heaven.
Okay, so you guys head back on the trip.
Yep.
Okay, you're heading the right way. You're following the spirit guide. The spirit guide's like, what's taking you guys so long? What is this? I'm tired. I want to break thing.
Just giving us the look as we're eating, like, didn't you just eat yesterday?
We could have been there already. So you guys immediately, when you get to the edge of where the forest is turning into a light forest and towards kind of a plains, immediately the nature adept is getting a reading that something is wrong in nature here, because immediately the ecosystems are changing drastically. We're talking like within 2 miles, it goes from nice deep forest to plains with scraggy grass, you know.
You guys, this is weird. There's something wrong.
Yeah, there's no buildings.
Would you like to survey an ancient or arcane area?
Yes, I would.
Or you have a cool nature thing. You can always do your cool nature thing
So
instead.
what is my cool nature thing?
That's your cool nature thing.
Mark one of the following as an additional native tongue: stone, water, earth, fire, wind, ice, wood, or metal. I think water.
That's the most complex tribute band I've ever heard.
Okay, so let the group know what ability you're using.
So I'm gonna go. There's this little babbling brook
Okay.
that's kind of
It's very sad.
flowing.
Very sad.
Sad flowing out of a rock.
Yeah, and it seems to be flowing north instead of south.
Okay.
Which is
And-
weird with the cove and everything, huh?
Right. And it sings to me and makes me kind of sad.
Okay.
It makes my tummy feel funny. Mr. Brooke? 5, 6, 7.
Does it add anything to it, or?
I don't know. Does it? Do
I
I?
should say roll and
Where would it say it?
it would say on the actual ability. So you share this world with wild beasts and creatures of the wild. Calls on the creature as a second language. You can understand and communicate with animals in basic tongue of the land, allowing you to study them, insist they accept your help, or mislead and trick them. Signature move, mark one of the following as additional tongue: stone, water, earth.
Yeah.
Tell the GM how you master
Stone,
them.
water, earth.
So you're basically...
And I am Captain Planet.
You forgot hearts.
Yes.
Heart is useless.
As all of us cringe and hold our chests, just no.
So you're studying it. Okay?
Does that mean he's
So
like
that
a
would add
demon?
your charm.
He's like a demon then because
Okay,
he used
so
the
I'm
heart.
+1, so that gives me 8.
8?
Is that why
Okay,
Captain
so you
Planet's
can
so
ask
strong?
one of
He's
the
technically
following.
like a lich or
You
something.
can ask its what secrets
That's
they're
just gonna bug
hoarding.
me all.
If it holds a grudge
And they
against
use the
anyone.
Aztec Indian kid for
What
heart.
can you learn from it?
What?
What does it wish you would do for it? Or how can I
That
get
is
the water
horrible,
to
but
do
now since we're
something?
gonna leave your head, is it?
Basically,
That's what
it's
you
the
meant.
study another
Yeah.
dragon, but we're using. You're talking to
Yeah.
the water. So this babbling rock that's got a weaving.
Well, I want to
brook-
know its secrets because
And Don
we're
Cheadle
all
can
about
still
the
be
House of
Captain
Oak and
Planet.
secrets.
Okay,
So you got
so
secrets because I figured that's what's making it sad.
you're walking up to this stone rock that's weeping water, and you're talking stone to it, and the rest of the group are like, "What is she doing? I don't know. It's a thing." It's
I don't know.
her thing.
I don't
We're
know. Last
talking
time
to
she
the
talked
water.
to water is the bath water, and yeah, she said
And
she
the
said
stories
I made
they
it.
told.
Yeah, she said the stories they told after bath time.
And basically, the water in its
That's why I don't
crinkly,
take baths.
watery
And that's why I don't
language
take baths.
is conveying to you its secret that it's actually repulsed by this area. Ancient magics repel us from this place, sending us
That's why we have
far
to
to
flow
the
the other
north.
way.
That moon and shadow magic was weaved together to keep this place desolate and unlivable, to protect or to destroy. And the water's just like, no, forced to go against nature here.
I'm feeling pretty bad about that whole thing.
What did it say?
It said that we're doomed.
Don't you help her?
This is the land is
I
been
can just see Nick
poisoned.
sneak up behind you and mirroring her.
No, I'm right behind him, like, it's like we're doomed, and I'm like, doom! Right in his ear.
And then whichever way they went, I'm on the other side.
I just run. Then stop and realize you guys come back in and come back like, yeah, I remember what happened last time. I just blindly ran off.
Good.
And so it's your spirit companions, even like going up to the water, going, there. Seeing that little kid thing, there.
Kind of pushing it north more.
A little
Go north.
splat.
It's okay, Mubs. We'll fix it. Because
So-
this is wrong.
Fix what? I'm so confused.
There's bad magic that make this water go the wrong way.
Ugh,
Because it
That's
doesn't
not
like
good.
it.
that's really bad.
That's no good.
Yeah, bad.
Hey, you have access to magic if you want to use your moon magic to undo it.
I want to see if I can reach out and find that bad magic and get rid of it.
Okay, so you
Chase it away.
are you wanting to use shadow magic or moon magic? You know, this
No.
could be frustrating you to the point of you would use shadow magic.
I'm kind of
It's
I'm
removed
upset.
the water's independence. It's
Yeah,
forcing it to do that.
I could so see that one as you would use shadow magic for that because you're just giving into the darker
I'm
inclinations.
just feeling so sad about it and upset. And I
Yeah.
don't like it. I'm going to kick its ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of magic are you going to use?
I better use the shadow magic.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
just mad. I'm just upset.
Okay. So
Not thinking right.
when you give into the darkness, mark a shadow and roll plus shadows marked. And a 10 plus, you harness the power of the darkness to cast powerful shadow magic. On a 7 to 9, you harness that same magic, but it's powerful. Almost too powerful. On a miss, the darkness chooses how the magic manifests without your guidance.
This is gonna be bad.
You better love your dice. You better warm up those dice. So go ahead and pick. You get to pick one of your shadow tracks.
So anger, because
Can-
that's the closest.
So go ahead and check your anger.
Check my anger. Here we go.
And we
Well,
can't
go
help
ahead.
her. We can't help or hinder this, can we?
You can actually help this.
But she hasn't told us, so she's just like fuming,
She's, like,
angry and anger.
immediately, like-
Mumps is like staring at her, and I'm just like, that's not a good sign.
So
I'm bad. This is all poison and
So-
it's bad.
so before you make your roll, go ahead and check your anger.
So how do I do that?
oh, just
So
literally
just
check the
check
box.
see.
Now, which one of those 3 options are you going to instantly take during this action?
Well, it says here, break something valuable, and I don't see anything here. I don't want to lash out at a friend because they're not what's wrong.
Well, which
but
one of those 3 are you going to do? Because the problem is when the shadow hits you,
Escalate.
it's like going Sith Lord.
Situation. If
Okay.
she's Tsunami's guys,
Well,
Okay.
how much can Pixie carry?
Huh?
Just, hypothetical. Could Pixie technically carry one of us out of a storm?
Okay, so go ahead and don't forget to mark your experience because you get the shadow track there.
Let's see.
This is the size of Pixie. This is the size
Oh,
of me.
that's your experience.
Yeah.
So she gets an experience because she did the.
Because I got all angry. I got all dark.
I don't like her when she's like this, guys.
What'd you get?
8.
Is that
8.
bad?
Now remember, it's +1, right?
so 9.
So 9. Okay, so immediately describe how you're weaving this magic to set this water free.
Okay, so I'm looking, and what I can see is the icky darkness. I want to pull it away and release so the water is just running pure and clean, so it can go where it's supposed to go. So
Okay.
I'm yanking this darkness away.
Okay, so immediately you're invoking the shadow magic to play with the darkness, and as you start unleashing it to free the bindings. Now remember, I told you there's moon magic and shadow magic at play here. Immediately you were reaching into the very fabric of magic here and start just ripping the bindings that you're feeling here free. And you're feeling shadow magic and moon magic flying away into pieces as immediately this sad weeping rock that's just dribbling water out immediately starts increasing in pressure, and you can see it's now turned into a geyser out of the rock. The rock just cracks and the water's coming out like a geyser. And it's singing to you in this beautiful free sound as you're seeing the geysers creating a little pond that's now trickling north and south, and it's thanking you for freeing it from the thing here.
Oh.
As you're feeling the shadow magic, just really liked what you did of the whole ripping the bindings of this land that were keeping the shadow from escaping. I mean, that were keeping things from developing. So now you're returning life to this area with the freedom that you've given this water. The water will now trickle both directions, and life will find a way.
You've chosen some very interesting words and ways to say that, sir.
Life will find a way.
Life will find a way. And the shadows really liked how you tore all the bonds. And the shadows really like that.
As the occasional little black water trickles down the river going north and south.
Oh no.
That's bad.
It's
If
not good or bad.
If this is going
better.
all the way to the oceans on both sides, we've effectively divided the land.
Well,
we
it's
don't
not.
know how
It's
far
like small
north.
little.
Oh yeah, to everyone,
streams.
to the actual dragons and our parents and things, this would be like the equivalent of like, oh look at that, a string, like a trickle.
But you guys, it's a nice little this wide as this
Pretty nice
table
little
of water
stream.
flow that's going.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I got rid of all that dark stuff that was like wound up around in the water. I pulled it right out.
Neat.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant to do? Is the water just magic still
but listen
like
how
broken fire
happy-
hydrant straight to the sky?
Listen how happy it is.
You have
It's
this beautiful
singing happy.
trinkles of water coming down. 'Cause
Like
it's-
rain,
it's-
almost like it's raining on
There's
us.
little
You got
rainbows
this little
in the
20-foot
sky.
geyser, just give you guys.
Do we see the black in the water, or was that just flavor?
That was flavor text that you think might have been there, but
So it's more like we're noticing, but it could be just debris from it
yeah, it
picking
could
up
just
lake
be
water.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, it's a piece of dead grass. Totally.
It's
put it
not
that
been
way.
an oil geyser
I
yet.
gotta
Yeah.
pee.
Okay.
We'll let you.
Immediately the water sound is making Nix have to go fly and just like dive bomb the thing with dragon pee.
That's how you mark the territory, Nick.
Terrible.
All this
It's mine now.
water flying
Now,
everywhere.
exactly when you did that,
When she does that, I'm stepping out of the golden shower.
Yeah.
your spirit guide is losing its shit.
Like in a good way? Like
Like in a bad way.
Oh no.
This is the escalation of the situation. Your spirit guide is angry at you for what you just did. And it's just not liking the situation right now with what you did. Not to mention you embrace the darkness.
You use shadow magic.
That's what she did?
But I used but it got better.
You used bad to make good. You still use bad.
That's why he's upset.
Sorry.
This is like that time I lit a fire to try to make the forge warmer. It didn't work that way.
Poor Mumps. Quit biting
So
my
I'm-
ankles.
I'm assuming you guys, okay, we move on.
Okay, let's just go and leave Nix to do their business.
And
She'll
you,
catch up. No, she's coming
she's
with us.
playing in the
She's
water
fine.
daredevil-wise,
Yeah.
running and sliding in the water. So as you guys are heading down now, it's obviously that
Mumps
nature
is
is
sullen.
Not, Mumps is stupid sullen right now. Mumps is like disappearing randomly. As you're realizing that this area is total desolate wasteland, like life has been repulsed, basically with the bindings you removed, someone sometime did this on a grand scale in the area.
So it's not just the river.
It's not just that water that was being repressed and forced away.
But you helped.
Yeah.
You did
I
help.
tried to help.
Well, you can
Mumps
bring
doesn't think so.
Well, the water will bring back the plants now. I mean, there's so much more of it.
Can I say that she just basically used empathy and she didn't necessarily assist an individual, but nature?
Yeah, that's definitely, that would definitely be the use of empathy if she saw.
I actually have to say I wanted to offer her too, because the ambition of wanting to help over everything, even at the risk of losing yourself,
Remember,
which actually caters to the house. It's
this
like,
is
just put
the
yourself in
economy. If you feel that she embodied it, definitely reward her with that for friendship.
She really did.
My friends.
Because like the House of Ruby, put yourself in danger to obtain rare materials or treasures, and this was put yourself in danger for something better. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that was throw a jewel. Does that know where you just get hit by 2 jewels? Like, sweet.
You feel the friendship, and he's like, high five.
And I'm like,
We're actually more impressed with that. Like, that was cool.
Mm.
I have no idea the like I saw the mask, it's like no idea what she did. Cause Mom seems that, but it's probably because Mom's didn't get to do anything. So
Mom's is upset.
You guys are coming to a little area where there seems to be almost like the Badlands of Utah. Here you get the little cracks.
oh yeah,
Well, you look down, we get the really cool windswept crack, and you see a bunch of moles down there. Mouths.
Mouths.
And you just see them like, and you look up and you see the super creepy mole noses on cows.
It's nice. Their noses are nice.
And you just see them like ridiculously sad down there because they're like scratching on and it's bedrock, so it's not like dirt they can hoof through.
No more mouths.
As they're just, you guys can of course easily jump over the crack.
it just feels horrible though.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you guys clearly see these mounds, the 3 mounds,
Oh.
and you could see how the mouths have to do this little spiral thing to get inside the way, and you're seeing this caravan of carapaces going.
So, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We gotta stop this.
Okay.
We gotta close up the mound, and we gotta get down into the very bottom of the middle of the spiral there, and we gotta do something. I think, like, stop the black ichor stuff from leaking out of the mirror. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay.
And we gotta.
Will that make it all better here for the mouths?
Yeah,
Okay.
because this is their home. This is their home, and they didn't. And if we can stop the dew ants from collecting all this weird gooey stuff, then we can. Then the mouse can return to their homes.
Oh, okay.
I want that.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to get down there without walking by the ants. Like, I don't know if they're going to attack us.
I mean, if I had more
Okay.
metal, I could make something to hide us or fight them.
Huh. Well, I'm a climber.
I will throw this out there because it's Sue's first game. There are mouths. It's the mouth's home. There's one dragon that can talk to animals. I will throw that out there as a jam caveat for a freebie for you. Next session, don't you dare expect this.
Okay, yep, you're right. I just wasn't playing my character.
I'll throw that one out there as an idea that I just thought about. I'm like, oh yeah, shit.
They're literally everywhere in these
So we
cracks,
could
hidden
ask-
from the ants,
We can ask the mouths to tell us the best way to get to where we need to go.
or even to
While
help us
avoiding-
get there and deal with the
Mhm.
ants.
And will they attack us? And
The mouths?
Mouths?
The ants might.
Well, the ants will.
I mean,
that's
well,
what
if
I'm
the
sure
ants
they're gonna
attack
attack
her,
her.
they'll attack us.
Yeah, so
And
our
these are
goal
like-
is asking the mouths for help.
Yeah.
One word.
What?
Stampede.
How big are the mouths compared to the ants?
The mouths are smaller. It would take like 3 of them to equal one of the ants.
How many
If we
mouths
had
are there?
Enough of them.
In this crack, you see about 20 of them milling about, but there's more out there that have all separated. And
Do they talk to each other?
yeah, you hear them like, just cow mooing back and forth.
Okay, so they are communicating like a herd animal
Mm-hmm.
because they are herd
Yeah,
animals.
they're basically animal level.
Yeah, okay. So I'm hearing that, and I think maybe they can help us. Maybe they'll know a way in.
Yeah. That's why I figure we ask them to the best way to avoid and get to where we need to go.
So I look for
There
the
has to
big
be another
bull
way.
owl.
Okay, so you look to the bull mowl. Mowl.
Mouse.
Those are really big.
His feelers are really huge. He's
And
got,
so I come down there and he goes,
Oh!
feeling your face.
Oh!
So for you're talking with animals.
He's my
So
friend.
basically, you can talk to him, and you know that his wet nose tentacles are a sign.
He's accepting
When
me.
his nose tentacles go into your nose, it's a greeting of friendship.
Oh!
It's not French
So-
kissing.
So what are you gonna go? Which one of the actions are you gonna go for?
Little kid Alice wants.
So
let's see. What are my
So
choices?
for your options, let me pull up
Your
the...
options?
So you can study them, insist they accept your help, or mislead and trick them.
Oh, I don't want to do that. That's not in my nature.
You guys should stampede while we walk up.
So, studying them would give us good information. Insisting they do something, but what if that leads to their demise?
Well, you can do insist they accept your help without putting them in danger.
Okay, that's
Help
what
us.
Basically,
will help
you're
you.
asking them, how do we get into your hut?
Hey.
Okay, cool.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Okay, so go ahead and you're basically doing a help, which is... Well, don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. Will you help or hinder?
I know I saw that.
So help and hinder. But you're
Okay.
using your traits as well.
Now, are you going to go with cunning?
No, because I have like a negative cunning. I'm
Okay,
not
so
cunning
charm?
at all. Yep.
Charm.
Yep.
Okay. Go for it with charm.
Okay, let's see, I'm doing the help or hinder. Okay.
Hmm. Well, that's if someone would help to aid you.
Okay.
You're basically going for it's almost just like the mislead or trick. So basically, on a hit, you're going to get the information you need. You learn a valuable secret or create an opportunity. On a 10+, you get both benefits, or you confuse them for some time. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so I've just got my little +1 now. And +6.
So 6. So you go up to this bull Mao, and basically you're trying to convince him, hey, we're here to help you out, get you back in your home. And so
Well, I don't know. You look pretty little.
he's definitely not impressed with you.
You're just really...
He will tell you that the quickest way to get into the area would be the middle hole. But he's just like,
The middle one.
hey, get out of my area.
Yeah, now come on.
You're endangering
Leave us to our misery.
And that's pretty much the thing. He's at that whole PTSD moment of he's trying to protect his herd, and he's lost many calves and many of his cows, and he's just heartbroken. Because the ants come back and basically pick off one or two of them whenever they come by.
Are they hungry? Is that why they do it? Or are they just mean?
I think it's a little both.
We don't know, just that something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Mouth.
They went to the place that we don't go.
Ooh.
That's not good.
That's
Hey, didn't you see someplace where the mouths can't go in your vision?
no, but I think he's probably talking about the mound that's cracked.
The mirror.
The mirror.
The one is
Oh,
it-
that's right. The mirror.
Yeah.
Is
You
it in
saw
the middle?
no traces of any mouths in that area whatsoever.
That's right.
But
that's
the ants have been cleaning it up meticulously.
Yeah. So I know what he's talking about.
Okay,
So let's go.
Okay.
can we go there?
Let's go.
Fortunately, the bull gave you the worst directions ever.
Basically the same way I was going to take everybody.
Right up the middle.
Now, if you want, you can try asking a different one, maybe one of the younger ones, or as you're going
Ask-
you
maybe
go
I
closer
see
and find
this-
another
This
herd.
mama cow, Mal, who's like looking at me going,
Ask a mouth.
a mouth?
A calf.
Even I know that's better to ask adults.
Okay. So you're gonna go up and look
So
for
see the mama mouth
you see
who's
her
kind
now.
of-
She's got her 3 young
No, they
doing the whole
babies, and
thing.
she's kind of looking at me and looking at the bull, kind of like she
Well,
knows he's an
she's
idiot.
gonna be it's gonna be as you go further closer towards the
Okay,
mounds.
so we're going.
Okay, so
and-
you do see another small clutch of it's just the mom and 3 young. She's just fearful because all the others around her have been picked off already, and she's just stuck in the open. You can just see the sun's doing horrible things to her hide because they're not meant to be outside all the
I
time.
like it.
So you're gonna go up to her?
Yeah, I'm going to give her some water out of my water skin to wet her nosy.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and I let her stick her things in my ears and.
But they're probably dry and feel like,
Oh, nasty.
You're not nasty. crusty. The
It's
mucus
like a little
on there. It's a
Yeah.
little. It's thick, you know.
Like,
Love
So-
those dice.
that's why we're just cringing.
Hey, this might be good.
Plus your
Your charm.
Yeah.
What's
So
your
10.
Yay.
Okay, so she immediately looks at you and she just has the saddest mole-cow eyes ever. And you just see her eyes are so dried out from crying that she's just looking at her younglings and she's like, if I don't make it, save my younglings.
Okay.
And of course
I
the rest of
will.
you are just hearing, boo.
She wants me to save her babies.
Is she dying?
Maybe.
No!
As she just has the saddest look ever, and she basically tells you that there's a safer way in. She's like
What is it? What
pawing
is
the
it?
ground, and kind of like you're interpreting her grunts and paws. That she's kind of like drawing the mounds for you in a little reverse type of sculpture kind of thing, where she's actually drawing the lines with her paws.
She's
And-
digging it out to show you a map.
And you see that she basically points to a section that it's basically she's implying it's just patched up. It's not solid.
Oh.
That could get you in there
Like maybe
We
washed
could
out.
sneak through.
because that's how we would
Couple
keep
of
the
bricks.
younglings from getting out when they were rambunctious. If only I could keep my younglings there.
Oh. How big are the younglings?
They're about your size. Actually,
I
no,
was
they're,
gonna-
they're like dog size.
No,
do we have,
I
like,
wonder
a
if we
spare-
could pick up the younglings and move them somewhere safe.
Well,
Do we have like food or anything for them that we can give them?
I gave him water.
Can we? I go to give them like some of the random things that we found in the forest to eat. Just like
Here's
oh,
an
go.
apple.
Yeah, I think we were carrying freaking giant size.
At that point, I was just like, just leave it. The worm inside is getting angry.
And the worm's really this big.
But still, to us, it's like seeing something that big pop out. It's like, whoa.
wait. Watch this.
And it's really a puffer fish and a sand dune worm mixed together, so it puffs
Oh, like a
bigger.
ball. Like
And shrinks back down.
So I'm wondering, are
Which is probably
they
all you hear
small
when it
enough
comes
for
out
us
the-
to take them to safety?
So they go,
Do you guys,
I'm gonna. Well, first, are they small enough for us to pick up?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
they
I'm
would
gonna
follow their
because
mama.
she's like saying, oh, I need to get my younglings somewhere. So I was like, can we
You
just
guys?
take them to safety?
you can take them to safety
Save the
first.
church.
yeah. We'll find that ravine where the other bull was, and then maybe they can be together with them. They're at least inside that crack.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
basically, you guys will gingerly grapple.
Can you
hook
tell
the
her
babies.
that we're just safely moving them?
We're just
I don't
gonna
want to
move
be.
them. She
Okay,
follows
so who's the
along.
most courageous of you, by the way?
I have zero courage.
I got.
I'm good at convincing people I'm good. I suck at charming out of
one.
myself out of bad situations. I have
Negative
no.
one.
So
I have
that
zero.
would be
I'm a
Nyx,
big
the
shot.
daredevil.
I guess. So what am I
So,
doing?
Nyx, you're going to be in charge of the whole let's get the babies down the
Okay.
ravine.
That
That's
was my idea.
act despite danger.
Yes. That's.
Anyone want to throw?
Danger is my middle name, so take
Or do you
plus
want to
one
use moon magic?
acting despite. Well, no, I mean, I'm just
Or
gonna
we
do
can-
it.
or
It
we
wouldn't
can
occur to
ask
me to
her to
use
help.
magic because I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to help her out?
6
Yeah.
plus 5
Whoa.
plus 1.
Freaking rock star move.
Yeah.
You basically, because you are the master of coordination, you coordinate everyone to this beautiful line where you get all three of them down, including the mama mole, and she kind of like blends in with some of the other cows and their calves, and you see it look like she feels safe and protected here.
We're gonna have a little water basin and some grass and some
Like
worms to eat.
The big thing is the
Mushrooms.
shelter from the wind and the sun and this
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
curved
Yeah.
crag in the
Yeah,
ground.
where the wind is blown away and just eroded wire.
Mhm.
I feel better now.
I do
Okay.
too.
So you guys are heading, to the directions you were
Actually,
given.
We need to also
Wrap up.
Uh,
Yep.
So we finish
you guys-
up with our journey to the
Yeah.
castle.
You're sitting there with you guys doing the whole dragon lot. Now remember, write down what gems you have
Yes.
and who they're from. Now, like on the back of your character sheet, I wrote down on the second page, I think.
Yep, this one. That's you.
So just write down how many gems you have from who.
I'm light green, so
No, I know I gave a
Match my
gen to.
specialized.
to her.
Two. Yeah, just write down the ones that you have.
Yeah, write down what you have from your friends.
No.
Yeah, you don't need to keep track of what you've given to. Just write down what you have.
Then I just have three.
And then everyone can just steal from the tote next time.
Yeah. I'm just down to what I have left because I've just been like, oh my god, help everyone.
And you basically see you guys doing your walking on your hind legs or lopping like cats, going towards these 3 massive mounds.
That's awesome.
As you see the line of ants going that way now. And you can just feel like somebody wants to survey an ancient or magical
that really cool. That really cool. The heroes running ending theme from like every action anime ever. With like cool rock music in the background if it was a Michael Bay movie.
Or if it was Robotech.
Yes. Oh yes.
I may have watched that like when it was on TV.
Yeah.
I'll date myself by saying
we
that.
couldn't tell, no.
Not at all.
Hey, back in the day, it was on at 3:30 after school. I had to run my ass 4 miles home to get there on time to turn it on just in time.
Not even
Kids these days with DVR got so lucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, I'll shamelessly throw that out there. Look at Tully's awesome artwork.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Woo! Hey, did you guys see the movie?
Killing the Revenge of Zoe?
Yes.
Yeah.
How was it?
Kelly did not recognize you.
Seriously?
It's like, it's Dale. She's like, is it?
Yay!
He looks so... It's because he smiles every time you see him.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes! What's happy to see a friend? No,
Hey, because it was
but in the movie,
cute.
they're like, don't smile. I'm like... I'm just thinking, just like...
Oh,
Just think about a guy who kicks puppies. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I know Kelly was so cute because she's like... Because we saw the Sunday showing after the technically after the con.
It was surprising how much went
You can
into
hold on to
just.
those.
I was surprised how much went
you
into
could.
throwing someone into a pile of trash. Like they were meticulous with that trash. I've never seen someone. Huh?
No, I just finish your thought.
I've never seen somebody who like nicked the bag and like slowly hand filled this trash. Just like, not even mad at it.
Yeah.
He's like, we have one take. And if we f this up, we have an hour and a half to put all of this trash back in these bags.
Oh my god.
And we're like, me and him were like doing walk back and forth, like, okay, we'll do this, and I'll stop here, like right here, and I will chuck you like that. And he's like, okay, cool, should I like lean forward my leg? I'm like, well, I'm gonna push you from like your lower back so you get air, so it's gonna look like I threw you up. He's like, okay, cool, so when I bounce, it's like, we're going on choreography for throwing him into the trash. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
You want to leave it?
Yep.
Is there a fee to be here?
No, but
No,
the
it's just
whole
time.
wall is closed
Yeah.
right now.
Right now, well,
Usually
I
they
just
just like
wondered
we
who's
buy
paying for
stuff, so I always make sure I usually spend.
I'm actually saving up so that way one of the next sessions I can just buy like a whole set because I really want to surprise Amber. Like, I bought the bigger, blacker box. Awesome, we finally have it. Because every one of my friends.